Hey guys, Omar here from my point of view, and today I have this 2020 Chrysler Pacifica, and this one is actually the limited trim level. There are multiple trim levels, and I do mean multiple trim levels for just one model in particular. For example, the base one is actually the Touring. You have the Touring L, you have the Touring L Plus, then you have like the 30th anniversary edition of the limited, which I have right now. And then you have the 30th anniversary of the Limited Plus, and you have the 30th anniversary of just the plain old Limited. And then you have like a Touring edition. Then you have a 30th anniversary of the Touring L. It's a whole long list of trim levels which you could choose from, which I'm not gonna get into right now. Just know for a fact that right now I am in the Limited trim level. So here's the key to the Chrysler Pacifica. It's actually different from the Chrysler 300, just like the new generation of FCA key fobs. Unlock, lock, press twice for the trunk release, press twice for the left door, right door, etc., panic, and the remote start. So for remote start, all you have to do is press it twice. And the engine comes to life. Go ahead and unlock the doors. I don't think it's necessary to unlock the doors. Hit this right door twice, and as you can see, everything just pops on up, and look how fast it opens up. And of course, they actually shut them as well. You can actually turn off that beeping for the rear trunk if you want to. It does have to beep every time. And if the lights were flashing, you can actually turn off the hazards as well. So I'll get more to that in a second, but we'll go ahead and turn off the car real quick, which I'm pretty sure you weren't able to hear because this engine is very quiet. Along with the key fob, I'm gonna lock the doors. I turn off actually the sound and the horn. When you lock the door, I turn off the option of sound and the horn. So the door's actually locked. Keys are in my pocket. And if you walk up to the vehicle, and if you put your hand behind the door handle, you hear the doors unlock, so I got smart entry access. And before I actually step in, this is actually the manufacturer's suggested retail price of this model. So this is actually not the base price of the Pacifica Limited. It's actually lower than that, believe it or not. But the vehicle price in this video, as you're going to see, is going to be priced at $46,190. Now the interior is actually completely different from any of the FCA products I've shown you. Nice comfortable seats. Me being 6'9", this is how I fare in the Chrysler Pacifica. I mean, legroom is actually not so bad. I know it looks kind of cramped in here, but there's not really a good minivan that is good for me. I love the two-tone steering wheel. The steering wheel is just very nice. This isn't my favorite steering wheel in the world, but for a minivan, this is just spectacular. And the gauge clusters look kind of similar to the 300, but I'm not for sure it's actually pulled from it. All windows are automatic up and down. You can actually fold in the mirrors as well with this little button. Usually that's for like the Ram trucks or anything like that, but for the minivan it's available. You have one USB port right here, auxiliary port down over here. Little storage for whatever you can fit down here. Another storage for wherever you can fit down here as well. Pop this open, more storage space. Then you have this little storage space down over here. You actually pull this up. You actually pull this up and out. Let's just say if you get some dirt or sticky in there, you can actually clean that out. You have a USB import down over here as well. A 12-volt socket down over here. Another cubby space down over here. Two cup holders, more storage space over here as well. And that's just kind of the beginning. If you pull this back over here, you have more two cup holders back over here and storage space down here as well. This thing is just pretty nice. Glove compartment's kind of small, but here's a 1 gallon of water, and just for size comparison, look how it can fit down here. Now, I don't recommend it staying down here, but it seems like it can stay in a place, even though I'm roughing it up a little bit. So that's good. But anyways, you got the USB on the driver's side, and you also have it on the passenger side for the second row. You also have heated seats available. And you can roll down the windows back here as well. Nice little cup holder on the second row. Second row can also pull up a little shade to block the sun. On the third row, you have to be able to do the same as well. Put up a little shade, block the sun coming in. You also have a nice little sunroof back here for the third row passengers. And you have another USB storage back here as well. You have a button right here to actually recline the seats forwards and backwards. So let's just say you have an adult back here. Head on to the trunk. Just press the button back here. And also you can open up the trunk with the key fob like I showed you earlier. You have the stow and go vac in here. There goes the vacuum supplies over here. 12-volt socket in the back. And usually on base model minivans, you can just pull a lever and then the seats can go down to this little compartment right here. But here you have the ability to do actually, because this is a 60-40 split. So you could do this side or this side right here. So this is actually the left, so I'm actually gonna do the right real quick. And I'm actually going to recline it back to level up with the other one. You can actually lay it flat by actually pressing the stow button down here as well. But for right now, I'm actually just gonna keep it up because I need to put some stuff back there. And to get through the sliding doors, if the doors are unlocked, just pull it once and just slide back for you automatically. Now you do have to move up the passenger seat and driver's seat a little bit just to stow the second rows if necessary. Pull this lever right here and then pull this part right here. Make sure the armrest is up and then pull for the stow and go. And it will drop down. You may have to put a little force into it. If not, you still have to move up the passenger seat or one of the seats up to give you enough room to push it down up in there, and it will lay completely flat. And you move this up like that, press down, and that's it. It is completely flat. Minivans, if you put your pride aside, and when you lay this completely flat as well, just to think of all the things you could put in the minivan. You could put a washer and dryer, you put like a small little sofa or whatever. Minivans are very versatile. In somewhat ways, they could be better than compact trucks if you're not carrying tall items like a refrigerator. You don't even need a limited just to do that. You obviously get like a base trim level. Doesn't matter what trim level you get it in. If it's not a hybrid, you get the same 3.6 V6, which I'll get to in a second. Very nice, quiet and smooth, and I also get to like how smooth the engine is throughout the driving portion. Electronic parking brake, put your foot on the brake, and this works just like the Chrysler 300. Pretty simple, easy for it to use. AC, climate control, all that stuff. If you want control on the screen as well, click over here. You have a garage door access right here. And I'm sure if you noticed, but you have a very nice panoramic sunroof as well, which I have open on this bright, beautiful sunny day. I don't have the safety features like lane departure like you saw in the Chrysler 300, but you do have the option to turn off auto stop, the parking sensor, and traction control. That's turn off the screen as well. And the screen actually goes pitch black, which I like about it. But this is pretty much the same, but this is the same Uconnect in the Charger 300s and the various other LCA products that I've tested. So I'm not gonna go in depth into that. Time to pop the hood. Here's 3.6. It's not hydraulic for some reason. This is a limited, but you still have to put up on the latch, which I'm not complaining, but just something to note. And this is almost a $50,000 car. I know it's a minivan, but still, it's almost 50 grand, and you don't have hydraulic. Anyways, like I stated earlier, it's a 3.6 V6 with 287 brake horsepower and 262 foot-pounds of torque. It's actually made to a 9-speed automatic gearbox. It's not the 8-speed automatic gearbox, it's a 9-speed automatic gearbox. Very smooth, very responsive. I have no complaints in this department. This engine does excellent in the minivan, which it was designed for. And yeah, that's just it. Time will tell. Pacifica is also available in the hybrid powertrain. So if you're interested in that, just go look up that. But right now, we're actually gonna go for a little drive. Let me go pick up my father. I'm gonna see what he has to say about it.
It's a nice car, don't get me wrong, it is.
Yeah, start up.
You get a key?
Yeah, keys in me, yeah. At least you drive around the parking lot, at least here.
So what is this?
It's a Chrysler Pacifica.
Oh, okay.
It's the limited.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
That's the gear shifter right here. That's the key right here.
I think nowadays all the vehicles have backup cameras.
Yep.
Most of them.
All after 2018, all cars, I think 2019, all cars had to have a backup camera.
So it drives good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a nice car, and it's as a matter of fact a new car, so it should drive good. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, it depends on the one who's gonna use it. If you don't take good care of it, it will leave you in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
You know, gotta do your maintenance. You know, change your oil, check your brakes, and all that. You know, driving pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice and smooth.
And I guess even at night time, the colors, the dashboard colors, you know, make it even more prettier. The blue light or whatever light it is in there.
All right, so let's talk about driving dynamics. Driving the Chrysler Pacifica, at least brand new, it is smooth, quiet, and comfortable. I really do like this minivan. It rides pretty much like just a luxury sedan. That's how good it is. It doesn't feel like a minivan should feel. It's nice and planted. The brakes are nice and smooth. So far, so good. I mean, once it's brand new. I'm coming up to a stop sign right now. Auto stop kicks in. Obviously, you can turn off the auto stop, but I'm gonna lift the foot off the brake and hit the gas and see how it fares. It is. It's a very small delay, but it's a delay nonetheless. It isn't the best auto stop system. It's kind of weird because the Ram and the Jeeps, if it has a good auto stop system, I mean, it's seamless. And speak about the auto stop system, when these things get high mileage, not all of them, but I've seen a lot of them, 40,000, almost 50,000 miles, it says service auto stop system. So that's something you probably need to take consideration. The 9-speed automatic gearbox is very nice and smooth while driving, but it does take it a second or two to actually engage into gear. What do I mean by that? It's smooth to change gears, up shift, down shift, whatever, whatnot. But if you want to go to reverse to drive or to drive to reverse, give it a second, put it in reverse and give it a second. Don't step on the gas or anything. And then when you go from reverse to drive, come to complete stop, put it into drive and let it get into drive. Give it like a second or two to insert, because it's not a quick automatic gearbox. This is actually kind of fragile. And I'm afraid that most of the people, if they run into, you know, gear slipping and stuff like that, it's because this is very fragile. Give it a second or two to get into gear. But other than that, I mean, visibility is pretty great for a minivan. This pillar right here is okay. It's got a little window right there so you can see as well. Both for the passenger and driver side. Can't complain. I've driven the Dodge Caravan, my Nissan Quest, the Toyota Sienna, and the Kia minivan. I don't remember the Kia minivan's name. I think it's Sedona. Let's just call it that. I know a few things about minivans. I know how a minivan should be and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is really excellent. If you plan on leasing one, I'm not for sure how many miles it goes up to, 48,000 miles or whatever. Yeah, I would say this is one of those cars you probably just end up having to lease. But most definitely, I wish there was actual switch. Turn off that auto stop system. It's just so clunky. And that's pretty much sums up my review of the 2020 Chrysler Pacifica Limited. It's a very beautiful minivan. I love the trim levels that are available for the Pacifica. Has a very nice engine, very smooth, very quiet, refined, and transmission while driving is actually pretty smooth as well. But sadly, this is just one of those cars you got to make sure if you purchase it brand new, used, whatever, that you have some type of warranty on it, because the reliability, I can't guarantee it, but this is a minivan, so people are going to use this for family transportation. The last thing you want is a minivan to break down on you when you have your 3 or 4 children in the car, and that's just not cool. So yeah, from my point of view, get it with a warranty. If you're going to get it with a warranty, and you'll be fine.